The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. It's time for Davis County Baseball on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Now, let's head down to the field with the voice of the Davis County Mustangs, Alice Kojo.
It's time for Mustang Baseball. Welcome to the Mustang Sports Complex here in Bloomfield, where Davis County will be playing the rubber match of their season series versus the Clarke Indians. It's a pleasure to have you with us here on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. I'm Alice Kojo. I am joined by Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith, joining us, well, in spirit anyway, back at our studios in Ottumwa. So whether you're listening on New Country 104.3 KRKN or taking in the online stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page, we appreciate you joining us on this Friday evening. It was a rainy start to the day, and some area games actually got rained out as a result because the fields are not quite ready. But thanks to this facility and the fact that it drains well, they were able to get things in baseball shape, and which is why we're happy to bring you Davis County Baseball here tonight. If Davis County coaches, fans, supporters, etc. have the number 10 on their mind since Tuesday, well, you really can't blame them. The last time we saw the Mustangs was back on Tuesday when they committed 10 errors, including 4 in the 6th inning, and 11-3 lost at Mount Pleasant. Davis County was in that game until that fateful 6th inning. They only trailed Mount Pleasant 6-3 going into the bottom of the 6th, but then 4 errors on 4 consecutive balls in play torpedoed their chances in that ball game, and the loss dropped Davis County to 8-10 on the season. As we approach the stretch run of the season, the Mustangs are looking to get their offense going. As of now, going into tonight's game, they're batting .190 as a team. Davis County's also found out their postseason fate earlier this week as well. We will have a home game for Davis County on Saturday, July 5th, from here at the Mustang Sports Complex, and Davis County will be taking on EBF. It'll be the second game of a doubleheader here at the Mustang Sports Complex. The first game will be Central Decatur taking on Albia. And then the winner of Davis County and EBF will take on Cardinal at Interstate 35 at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, July 8th. So Davis County's postseason has been set in stone. What they do with it, well, that remains to be seen. So that's the backdrop as Davis County gets set to play the rubber match tonight versus Clarke. Back on June 4th, these two teams split a doubleheader. Clarke won the opener 3-1, and Davis County took the nightcap 8-0. As for Clarke, the Indians won the nightcap of a doubleheader back on Monday. They have not been in action since earlier this week at Albia, which snapped a 6-game losing streak. Clarke is now 5-15 with a 3-10 mark in the South Central Conference. They are next to last in the conference. Davis County, in case you're wondering, sitting in 6th place in the 9-team conference. So the season series is on the line between Davis County and Clarke. And in case you're wondering, Davis County won 2 of 3 last season. They lost the game in Clarke, and then they swept Clarke in a doubleheader back here in Bloomfield a year ago. We'll take our first break, and when we come back, we'll continue our pregame show and have the starting lineups for you as well. Davis County getting set to take on Clarke for the final time this year. Happy to have you with us on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Head coaches Jeff Geiza of Clarke and Todd White of Davis County meeting at home plate, exchanging lineup cards, going over the ground rules. Let's get into the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Let's start with Clarke, 5-15 on the season, 3-10 in the South Central Conference. Brock Watson leads things off. He's in center field. Seth Oswald is the starting pitcher. He'll pitch against Davis County for the second time this season. He bats second. Eli Fries in right field, batting third. Batting cleanup at third base is Gage Gaskill. Deegan Neese is batting fifth. He's the catcher. Bryce Geiza is the shortstop, batting sixth. Batting seventh, and at the designated hitter is Ethan Danley. Batting for the second baseman, Cole Jacobson. Casey Waits at first base, batting eighth, and batting ninth. And in left field is Joey Turpin. Again for Clarke, Watson in center. Oswald is pitching, Fry in right. Gaskell at third. Neese is catching. Geiza at short. Danley's the DH. Wade at first, and Turpin in left. For Davis County, head coach Todd White has this lineup. Peyton Schooley at first base, leading off. Josh Settles in left field, batting second. Batting third, and at third base is Brett Prevost. Max Taylor is batting cleanup. He'll be catching tonight. Houston Schooley is the second baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth is the shortstop, Dexter Scott. Noah Sizemore is the starter pitching for tonight's game. He bats seventh. Duke Scott's in center field, batting eighth. And batting ninth, and in right field is Quinn McCoy. Again for Davis County, Peyton Schooley at first, Settles in left, Prevost at third. Taylor is catching, Houston Schooley at second, Dexter Scott is at short. Sizemore is pitching, Duke Scott is in center, and McCoy is in right. We will take a break and come back for the first pitch between Davis County and Clarke right after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
National anthem has been played. Teams are out in the field. Well, the Davis County Mustangs are anyway, and we are just about set to get started in a rubber match between Davis County and Clarke from here at the Mustang Sports Complex. Great to have you with us here on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network as Davis County comes in with an 8-10 record. They are now 5-7 in South Central Conference play. Just looking to get rounding into shape as they know what their playoff fate is ahead of them. They'll have a home game against EBF before taking on, hopefully, if they can defeat EBF, Cardinal next in the bracket. Noah Sizemore has been tasked with starting this ball game. He started on Monday versus Knoxville. He started game 1, and he took the loss, pitching 5 2/3 innings. He allowed 5 runs, only 3 of them earned on 9 hits. He walked the batter, struck out 4. They seemed to get it. He didn't have his really biting breaking ball in that game. That curveball didn't have the snap to it. Threw a lot of hangers, and Knoxville was able to make him pay. So the warm-up tosses are complete as Taylor sends the ball towards second base and striding to the plate to start things off is Brock Watson for Clarke. Sizemore is ready. And the first pitch of the ball game is a curveball that's bounced on a couple of hops towards Scott at short. He dropped it, throws it to first, and safe is the call at first. So Watson was able to leg out and infield. Well, actually, we're going to call that one an error on Scott. So on the first ball in play, Davis County gets hit with an error. First pitch by was thrown at 7:27. So now the batter is Seth Oswald, with Watson taking his lead from first. A fastball that swung on and missed it really seemed like in that Knoxville game on Monday, the batters were keying on that curveball. Sizemore might have to pitch backwards. I know he loves that curveball, but he might have to feature his fastball a bit more. There's another fastball, lifted high in the air. Shallow left field, settles, reaches back. He can't make the catch. He'll try to throw to second. No, he'll throw it into the infield instead. The wind got a hold of it. It is a windy day here in Bloomfield. Waiting to hear about the official ruling on that one. Probably an error. Yeah, it's an error on. So 2 straight errors to start this ball game, and now Clarke has runners at first and second with nobody out. Gary Hart and Anthony McClendon, the 2 umpires for tonight's game, were huddled in the middle of the diamond talking about something, but now Hart, the home plate umpire, goes back behind the plate, puts on his mask, and says play ball. Eli Fry is now batting for Clarke, as Clarke was to strike early here in this rubber matchup. Long pause by Sizemore. Fry called time. He wasn't granted it, and he tries to bunt it, and he pokes it foul to the third base side. Interesting there, Fry held up his left hand, asking time from the home plate umpire. It was not granted, but he squared around and tried to bunt it anyway. So 0-1 to count to Eli Fry. He's a senior batting .415 this season. 1 double and 3 runs batted in. Has a runner in scoring position here in the first inning. 0-1 pitch, letter high fastball, taken for a ball. Clarke comes into this game 5-15 overall, 3-10 in the South Central Conference. One of those conference wins, of course, came against Davis County. That's fouled back to make it 0-2. Make that 1-2, beg your pardon. These teams met on June 4th in Clarke. Davis County held a 1-0 lead for a good portion of that game, but then Clarke rallied and beat Davis County 3-1. The Mustangs then won the nightcap 8-0. There's a swing and a defensive swing on a curveball. Lifted out, fouled over the third base fence. Count remains 1-2. An error on Dexter Scott has Brock Watson on base. An error on Josh Settles allows Seth Oswald to go to first base as well. And out is Fry on the ground ball to Prevost. Prevost reached to try to tag Watson on his way to third, and they're trying to contend to see if he ran out of the baseline. And looks like they're not going to call that. So now Clarke has runners at second and third. 1 out. Good job by Prevost to get at least 1 out. And now Gage Gaskell has an opportunity. There's a strike. Gaskell's an 8th grader, batting .213. He has a double and 5 runs driven in. Both of these teams have had their issues scoring this season. The 0-1, a swing and a miss, a late swing on a fastball, and the count is 0-2. With that late of a swing, I don't know if you'd want to throw a curveball. If you want to double up on the fastball, we'll see. Sizemore can use a strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball that's hit high in the air, out to left field. Going back is Settles. It's Duke Scott in the gap making the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Brock Watson, and Clarke has fired the opening salvo of this ball game. So Gage Gaskell gets credited for the sacrifice fly and an RBI. Oswald took third on the play. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter is Deegan Neese. Neese back on June 4th had the biggest hit of the game in Clarke's win over Davis County, a 2-run single in the 6th inning that broke a 1-1 tie and allowed Clarke to rally past Davis County 3-1 in the opener. That's high for ball 1. Neese is batting .228 coming into tonight. Takes a fastball over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. Clarke has a runner at third, 2 outs, a run in here in the top of the first. Sizemore's 2-0 pitch. That stays upstairs. And now the count is 3-0. Next offering, fastball at the knees, called strike one. Love the look by Deegan Neese, the high pants, the high maroon socks. Wagging the bat in the right-hander's box. The 3-1 pitch, grounded foul at the plate. So the count is full. One unearned run on the board so far for Clarke. Sizemore looking to keep the damage right there. The 3-2, got him swinging. Swung through a high fastball, and Clarke is done in the top of the first. But they do score a run on no hits, 2 errors in the inning, and 1 man left on. We'll head to the bottom of the first. It's Clarke 1, Davis County coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Clarke got a run across, an unearned run across in the top of the first. Now it's Davis County's turn as they'll try their luck again versus Seth Oswald. They are able to defeat Oswald in the nightcap of the doubleheader they played earlier this season on June 4th. Oswald is a right-handed senior. An 0-4 record. This is his 5th pitching appearance. He has an ERA of 1.75. 24 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, 10 walks. Opponents are batting .233 versus him. And Peyton Schooley will be the first to test him, and he takes a pitch well outside for ball 1. Schooley, .288 average. That's high for ball 2. On-base percentage of .293. 15 hits this season. That's second on the team. 1 double. An RBI as well. But he does an awesome job getting on base, and now he has to count in his favor at 3-0. As Oswald is having trouble finding the strike zone. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Schooley to start things off for Davis County in the bottom of the first. They trail Clarke 1-0. And here is Josh Settles. He's cooled down after he had a torrid stretch 2 weeks ago. He's been hitless in his last 3 games. His average is down to .333. He has a double, 3 triples, 2 doubles, 3 triples, 7 runs batted in. And he scoots away out of a fastball inside for ball 1. Oswald has not thrown a strike yet. And now here comes head coach Jeff Geiza out of the Clarke dugout. Probably doesn't like what he sees right now, obviously. So Oswald, in that game on June 4th versus Davis County, pitched 6 innings. Allowed 8 runs. Only 1 of them was earned, however, on 6 hits. Make that 5 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 5. And One of the notable things during that doubleheader is when Clarke won the first game against Davis County 3-1, they did not commit an error. However, when they lost 8-0 the nightcap to Davis County, they committed 6 errors. 2 Davis County errors led to a Clarke run in the top of the first. Mustangs looking to respond as the conference is over, as head coach Jeff Geisa heads back to the first base dugout. 1-0 is the count to Josh Settles. Now, there are 2 schools of thought. You make him throw a strike, or coming out of a pitcher's visit, he's going to throw a strike, which he does, and Settles takes it. Fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Peyton Schooley, good lead at first. He does not go, and that fastball misses off the plate outside, 2-1. Settles batting left-handed versus the right-hander Oswald. Schooley, 7 of 9 in the stolen base category this season. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-2 to count to Settles. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Clarke leading Davis County 1-0. 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Settles, and he goes down swinging. So Settles goes back to the third base dugout, sadder but wiser. And here's Brett Prevost, the third baseman for Davis County. I think if there's one guy that you would look to get his back going as we head into the stretch run of the season, well, runner goes. Pitch is taken for a ball, and safe is the call at second. The tag was on the leg of Schooley as he was sliding into second. Geisa applied the tag. But Schooley is in scoring position for Brett Prevost. Oswald delivers. Fastball catches the inside corner, strike 1. 1-1 to count to Prevost. Just to finish my thought on Brett Prevost, if there's one Mustang I'm looking to perhaps turn his bat around, it would be Prevost. He's been very consistent over the years. That's high and outside, missed with a breaking ball to make the count 2-1. Prevost comes into this game batting .174. He has a double and 6 runs batted in. Throw back to second, and Schooley is safe. Max Taylor awaits on deck for Davis County, looking to tie this game here in the bottom of the first. 2-1 pitch, fastball well upstairs, easy take for Prevost, and the count is 3-1. So after walking Schooley, getting a strikeout of Settles, now Oswald's at risk of walking Prevost with 1 out. Prevost foul tips into the glove of the catcher Neese to run the count full. Oswald peering into his catcher Neese, now comes set. Rocks and fires. That's high for ball 4. So 2 walks in this inning. There's 2 things that kill a team's chances to win a game. It's walks and errors. Davis County committed 2 errors in the top of the first. Seth Oswald has administered 2 walks in the bottom of the first. Can Davis County make them pay? They trail Clarke 1-0. Max Taylor will wait a little longer for the first pitch as Oswald tries to check on Schooley again at second, but Schooley is back safely. Taylor batting .212, a pair of doubles, 8 runs driven in. First pitch taken upstairs, ball 1. At this point, if you're head coach Jeff Geisa, that's a senior on the mound. How much rope do you give him? He's been having a lot of trouble finding the strike zone. A pair of walks sandwiched in between, with a strikeout sandwiched in between. High pop up, foul territory, and that will land near the fence. And head coach Jeff Geisa is wondering, okay, what are you doing? He's looking at Casey Wade. There is a very strong wind blowing out towards left field, so anything to the first base side that is in the air, you should definitely stay or hang around to see if it blows back towards you, which it did to Wade there. The 1-1, that's high. I would say at least that is a 20-mile-per-hour wind out there. And the 2-1 pitch. High pop up. This could be trouble. Infield fly rule is called, however. And making the catch is a shortstop, Geiza, for the second out. Two on, 2 out. And the batter is Houston Schooley. Schooley now leading the team in RBI with 9 after his exploits in Knoxville, and RBI in each of those 2 games. Strike 1, delivered by Oswald. Schooley has a double as well. Houston looking to drive in his cousin Peyton from second base, and he fouls that pitch away, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Peyton Schooley's a runner at second. Brett Prevost leads off at first. They both reach via walk. The 0-2 is a breaking ball, missing inside. Ooh, he sidearmed that one towards the plate. The left-handed Schooley scooted out of the way, and the count is 1-2. Oswald delivers. That ticks off the glove of Neese and deflects towards the backstop. A pass ball allows Schooley to advance to third and Prevost to advance to second. So this changes the complexion of the inning ever so slightly. Another runner in scoring position can now allow Davis County to get the lead if Schooley can get a hit. 2-2 to count. Schooley. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Coming in to score is Peyton Schooley. Prevost being waved around third. He will score. A 2-run single by Houston Schooley, and Davis County leads it 2-1. Houston Schooley hit it right back up the middle. Watson came up with it, but his throw was well up the line. Prevost scored standing up, and Davis County now leads it. Dexter Scott takes a pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. Nice answer for the Mustangs after responding to the 1 run scored by Clarke in the top of the first. That's high. 1-1. Love seeing hits with runners in scoring position as well. Those have been few and far between for the Mustangs this season. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second is high, and that goes off the glove of Geiza. It deflects into center field, but Houston Schooley stays put at second. So credit Schooley with the stolen base. Now he's in scoring position, and now here comes, or did they call, they called batter interference. They called batter interference on Dexter Scott, so Schooley is out. And this inning has come to an end. Davis County does scores 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on since the runner is out on that play. So we are through 1. Davis County leads Clarke 2-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
2-1 is our score as Davis County has taken a lead over Clarke with an inning gone. There's a first pitch curveball, and it's a little flare into left center field. That drops for a base hit, and a ball bounced past Duke Scott. He was able to recover, however, and throw it back into the infield. So it's a leadoff single for Bryce Geiza. To start off the top of the second, Davis County leading Clarke 2-1, but already early trouble for Noah Sizemore. Next batter, Ethan Dantley, I should say, batting 116 this season. Long pause by Sizemore. Now the pitch, a swing and a miss. Dantley has a pair of RBI this season. Throw to first and diving back to the bag is Geiza. Geiza, 4 for 4 in stolen bases. Clarke loves to run. 83 of 93 in the stolen base category. Compare that to Davis County, 28 of 30. That's a weapon Clarke loves to use. Geiza does not go. There's a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt, but it got past Taylor, the catcher, and advancing to second base on, call that a pass ball. So Geiza now stands at second. 0-2 to count to Dantley. The pitch by Sizemore. That's high. Long pause by Sizemore, and Dantley calls time at the plate. Sizemore really likes to slow down the pace when runners get on base. Likes to hold the ball. There's a defensive swing, and that's chopped foul at the plate to keep the count at 1-2. Sizemore delivers. Fastball, helmet high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball swung on and missed, and Dantley goes down swinging. That was more of like a, since Sizemore's so deliberate on the mound, sometimes when he pauses for so long, he goes a little quicker, and it almost seems like he's quick pitching him, but he's not. He's just doing a normal look. Now here's a longer pause as Casey Wade awaits the first pitch from Sizemore. Ground ball foul, wide of third. Wade is a junior, batting 173. He has 5 RBI. Wade is in a 3-way tie in strikeouts with the team, with Joey Turpin, who is on deck, and Brock Watson, who led off the game for Clarke. That's in the opposite batter's box to make the count 1-1. Wade batting left-handed versus the right-hander sophomore. Clarke has a runner at second. 1 out, top of the second. 2-1 Davis County is our score. Change up, misses outside. The 2-1. There's a line drive out to center. Scott had a late break on it, but he does come in to make the catch. And that's the second out. I think the outfielders are going to have to wait an extra beat to see if the wind gets a hold of any of those fly balls, or they're going to, their first step is going to have to be back, or first couple of steps are going to have to be back, just because of the way the wind is. A runner at second, 2 out. Here's Joey Turpin. Ducks away from a fastball inside for ball 1. Turpin's a freshman, batting 135. He has an RBI. Fastball taken upstairs, 2-0. Geiser reached via leadoff single, went to second on a pass ball. That's where he's been ever since. The 2-0. Fastball hollow of the knees. Turpin did not like that call as he smirks to his head coach, Jeff Geiser. Regardless, the count is now 2-1. Fouled back to even the count at 2-2. Sizemore strike away from pitching around a leadoff single. Two-two pitch with the runner going, taking for a ball, and the throw, he got him. Taylor nails Geiser trying to steal third base, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and that is it. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Davis County 2, Clarke 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom third of the Davis County lineup due up here in the bottom of the second. Mustangs lead it 2-1 over Clarke. Rubber match between these two teams. Seth Oswald, after a 26-pitch first inning that ended in strange fashion, delivers a strike to Noah Sizemore. Sizemore batting .111 this season with a pair of runs batted in. Curveball tapped up the third base line. Oswald grabs it, whips it to first. Safe is the call. Sizemore with a swinging bunt. Legs out an infield single. And Victor Milder comes in to run for Sizemore as a courtesy runner. So the end of that first inning for the Mustangs ended in strange fashion as Houston Schooley was at first. He broke for second, was safe. However, the batter, Dexter Scott, was called for batter interference, so he was called out. That was the third out of the inning. And Scott, we thought, might have been the leadoff hitter of the second, but he was not. That drops for a base hit. As Duke Scott lifted a high fly ball that found some grass in between the shortstop, Geiser, and the center fielder, Watson. So a single for Scott. And Davis County has something going here in the bottom of the second. Here's Quinn McCoy. It was great seeing him hit an RBI double back in Mount Pleasant on Tuesday. Throw it back to second. But safe at the bag is Sizemore. Beg your pardon, Milder running for Sizemore. So maybe McCoy has a little bit more confidence now. He scores the bunt here and bunts it at the plate, and it is a foul ball. So head coach Todd White has tipped his hand, having his number 9 here lay down a bunt. Gaskell, the third baseman, still remains back. Now he charges. Now the throw goes into center as the pickoff throw was wide of the bag, but Milder stays at second. Oh, 1 to count to McCoy with runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the second. Davis County looking to add to a 2-1 lead. There's a bunt in front of the plate. It is a fair ball, and the catcher Neese throws to first to record the out. So McCoy gets the bunt down. Score the sacrifice 2-3. Milder to third. Scott to second. And the batter is Peyton Schooley. Schooley walked, stole a base, went to third on a pass ball, and then scored on the 2-run single by Houston Schooley back in the first inning. Fastball high and tight, ball 1. Clarke is playing their infield back, willing to concede an out for a run. The 1-0, another fastball high and tight. They want to appeal, and the field umpire, Anthony McClendon, says no swing. It's 2-0. Fastball at the knees, taken all the way to make it 2-1. Sunny skies after what has been a rainy start to the day. Game time temperature was 86 degrees. This will feel like nothing compared to the heat wave we got coming this weekend in southeast Iowa. There's a swing and a miss by Peyton Schooley to make it 2-2. Heat index expected to reach between 105 and 110. So take care if you decide to go outside this weekend. 2-2 to count to Schooley. Curveball popped up, foul territory, and that will fall. Nice diving attempt by Osborne, the pitcher, but he couldn't come up with it in foul territory on the first base side. And Schooley stays alive with the count still 2-2. Milder's the runner at third. Scott will lead off from second. Next pitch coming to Peyton Schooley. A foul back. We got a battle brewing now between Schooley and Oswald. If I'm not mistaken, this will be pitch number 8 of this at-bat. Here it comes. Has a curveball missing low, and the count is full. What an at-bat by Peyton Schooley, the freshman. Oswald delivers. Fastball fouled back. The 3-2. Curveball misses low and outside, ball 4. What an at-bat by Peyton Schooley. A 10-pitch at-bat that ends in a walk. And that loads the bases for Josh Settles. Clarke now brings their infield in. Force out at any base. Settles, of course, looking to get this ball in the air. Here we go. First pitch ground ball, base hit in the right field. Coming to score is Milder. Rounding third and coming home is Scott. He'll score without a throw. 4-1 Davis County on a 2-run single by Josh Settles. If the infield was not drawn in, that probably would have been just an easy grounder to second. But with the drawn in infield, reaction time is slowed, and Settles was able to poke through a single in the hole between first and second. And now here comes Jeff Geisa, and he flips the ball to his head coach, or Seth Oswald flips the ball to his head coach, and we will have a new pitcher come into this ball game as Davis County has knocked out Seth Oswald here in the second. 4-1, Davis County leads it, and they only have one out with runners at the corners. We'll be back to tell you about the new Clarke pitcher after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County 4, Clarke 1. As we play in the bottom of the second, Davis County still batting, and they will face a different Clarke pitcher on the mound as Cole Jacobson comes into the ball game. Jacobson's a freshman. We saw him as an 8th grader last season. He pitched the final inning of an 11-2 win at Clarke a year ago. He struck out the side. Features a fastball and a devastating breaking ball. I particularly remember him tying Prevost in knots, and funny enough, first batter he faces this evening will be Brett Prevost. Prevost walked and scored his first time up. Peyton Schooley's the runner at third. Josh Settles is the runner at first. Jacobson ready to deliver his first pitch to Prevost, and Prevost turns to bunt. The throw to first and almost picked off was Settles. Settles with a very late break back to the bag. Maybe it's hard to see with the sun in his eyes from that angle. Prevost scores the bunt again. That pitch is high. The throw to second, back to home, and out at home is Schooley. Davis County tried the double steal, but Schooley gets nailed at the plate for the second out of the inning. That was well executed by Clarke. Settles is at second. Scored that 2-6-2 on the caught stealing. And Settles hustles back to the second base bag after Jacobson tries to pick him off from second. From second. 2 runs in for Davis County here in the bottom of the second. They lead it 4-1. Prevost takes a pitch in the dirt. Good block by Neese behind the plate. And the count now is 2-0. Jacobson delivers. That pitch almost got a piece of Prevost, who spun out of the way and missed him. Now the count is 3-0. Jacobson this season 1-3. This is his 11th appearance on the mound. He's pitched 19 2/3 innings. And that misses for ball 4. Everybody's waiting for home plate umpire Gary Hart to call that a strike. He did not. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Prevost, his second of the ball game. Jacobson with an ERA of 4.63. He has walked 14 in those 19 2/3 innings and struck out 14. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, and here is Max Taylor. He popped out to short his first time up. Jacobson comes set, and Taylor takes a letter-high fastball for ball 1. The 1-0. A swing and a miss by Taylor. One of those difficult times during the day. The pitching mound is in the sunshine while the batter's box is in the shade. Here comes the 1-1. A late defensive swing by Taylor, fouling it high off the screen above the first base dugout. The count is 1-2 to Taylor. And now the next pitch. Curveball whacked foul. Wide of the left field line. Who have scored at least one run for sure. If Settles was able to keep that fair, but that was a good 10 feet foul. Another 1-2. Curveball bouncing to the plate, and Neese was able to collect it, keep it in front of him. And the count is 2-2. Jacobson delivers the next pitch. Fastball low, and the count is full. So, Settles will have a running start from second. Prevost will take off from first. Full count, 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch to Max Taylor. Instead of pitch back or a throwback to second, and Settles gets back to the bag. Jacobson comes set. The freshman right-hander comes, nope, throws again to second, and that one got deflected off Settles. It just bounces towards the second baseman's regular position. Geisel was able to scoop it up and throw it back to his pitcher, Jacobson. Geisel, by the way, is the new second baseman. Oswald, who was the starting pitcher, is now the shortstop. Another 3-2 pitch, wide for ball 4. That loads the bases once again. So Houston Schooley, who already has 2 RBI in this ball game, has a chance to add to his total, his team leading total. Courtesy runner came in for Max Taylor. I believe, is that Hudson Humphrey? Hudson Humphrey now in for Taylor. Houston Schooley, as you know, loves the first pitch, calls time at the plate. Actually, Gary Hart, the home plate umpire, wasn't even set. Now he points to Jacobson. Bases loaded, 2 outs, first pitch to Schooley, taken for a strike. Schooley with a 2-run single in the bottom of the first to give Davis County a 2-1 lead. Davis County has added 2 here in the bottom of the second, looking for more. The 0-1. That's fouled off towards us, and that gets out of play. So just like in the first inning, Schooley down to count 0-2. He was able to fight back to get the count to 2-2 before lining a base hit in the center. Jacobson's pitch almost got a piece of Schooley. Jackknifes out of the way in the left-hander's box, and the count is 1-2. Settles at third, Prevost at second, Humphrey is at first. 1-2 pitch, curveball. Didn't have much of a hump to it, stayed a high. Easy take by Schooley to make the count 2-2. Next pitch, line drive to the left, to right field. That is fair. Coming in to score Settles. Right behind him is Prevost. Humphrey stops at third, and Davis County has a 6-1 lead on the RBI double by Houston Schooley. 4 RBI for the junior through the first 2 innings. All of the frustrations Davis County has had trying to score runs this season seems to be coming out in this particular inning, or in this game, I should say, so far. 9th batter of the inning is Dexter Scott. Fouls it back for strike 1. Scott was called out on batter's interference to end the bottom of the first when Houston Schooley tried to steal second base. The 0-1, curveball, strike 2. Jacobson's 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Hit up the middle. That's a base hit in the center. Scoring is Humphrey. Schooley motoring around third. Play at the plate that throws up the line. 8-1 Davis County. A 2-run single by Dexter Scott, and he takes second on the throw. A 6 spot for the Mustangs here in the second. And now Noah Sizemore will bat for the second time this inning. Sizemore led off the inning by legging out an infield single on a swinging bunt up the third base line. He swings and misses, took a healthy cut at that one, but came up empty. A runner at second. 2 outs. 6 runs in for Davis County. They lead it 8-1 over Clarke here in the bottom of the second. Next pitch. That's helmet high for ball 1. And Clarke sends a couple of gentlemen towards the bullpen to get warmed up. The 1-1. Fastball well upstairs. Actually springing out of his stance is Neese to prevent that from going to the backstop. It's 2-1. A runner at second, 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch to Sizemore, fouled off at the plate. Davis County looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Their last loss, an 11-3 setback at Mount Pleasant on Tuesday. 2-2 pitch, curveball, fouled back. Jacobson came into this game in relief of Seth Oswald with 1 out here in the second. This is already his 25th pitch of this inning, which is probably why head coach Jeff Geis has sent somebody to the bullpen to warm up. That's a pop-up on the infield, caught by the pitcher Jacobson, and the inning is over. But Davis County scores 6 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 man left on. We will head to the third. Davis County now leading Clarke 8-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi, I'm Allison Engel, Senior Vice President at First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield. Farmers and ranchers, when it comes to ag loans, you want to work with a bank and lender that speaks your language. Both myself and Joe Randolph are farmers as well, so we fully understand the agricultural economic business needs. We know the inputs and the outputs, the ups and the downs, the market, and every other obstacle that arises in farming. Come and see me, Allison Engel, or Joe Randolph with First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield to discuss your ag lending needs.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County with an 8-1 advantage over Clarke as we play in the top of inning number 3. Joey Turpin, number 9 hitter, looks at a pitch in dirt for ball 1. He was at the plate when Bryce Geisa tried to steal third base, but he was nailed, caught stealing by the catcher Max Taylor to end the inning. So Turpin will start off this inning with a fresh count. There's a line drive on a couple of hops. Nice diving stop by Scott at short, but he does not have a play. He was deep in the hole at short. And it's an infield single for Joey Turpin. Second hit of the game for Clarke. And so Turpin has set the table for the top of the order, starting with Brock Watson. He reached on an error and scored the only Clarke run back in the first inning. Sizemore's first pitch, fastball over but low, ball 1. Sizemore, this is his 6th appearance of the season, 3rd start. He has a 1-0 record. ERA of 1.91. In 18 and a third innings, he struck out 16 and walked 10. That's ball 2. Opponents are batting 187 versus Sizemore this season. 2-0, fastball, right at the knees, over the outside half, for strike 1. Sizemore kicks and deals. That's high. 3 balls and a strike. Sizemore has not walked the batter as of yet. He's at risk of administering his first free pass to Watson with nobody out here in the top of the third and a runner on first. The pitch. A check swing. He went around, says home plate umpire Gary Hart, and the count is full at 3-2. Down 7, you figure Turpin at first will stay put. He takes off. And there's a bouncer towards third. Prevost throws a second. He did not. Oh, it was low. Schooley couldn't quite grab it, but I don't know if. Actually, you know what? Turpin probably would have been out because Turpin was kind of trotting into second base. But a low throw by Prevost turns into an error. So now runners are at first and second with nobody out. And the batter is Seth Oswald. Curveball inside, ball 1. Oswald also reached on an error. A fly ball out to left that was mishandled by Settles. That's in the dirt, 2-0. One thing that would probably drive coaches crazy is trying to figure out how many extra pitches a pitcher has to throw because of errors behind him. There's a salted line drive, left center field. That's over the head of Scott and to the wall. Going around third and scoring is Turpin. Right behind him is Watson. He will score, and it is an RBI 2-run triple for Seth Oswald. And Clarke gets 2 runs back. It is now 8-3. That was a well-struck drive into left center field. So Sizemore will look to turn the page with Eli Fry, and he delivers strike 1. Only one of those 2 runs were earned since Watson reached because of an error. And that's low to make the count 1-1. Fry grounded out to third his first time up. He hits a grounder again, this time to second. Schooley throws out Fry by an eyelash. Coming in and score from third, however, is Oswald to make it 8-4. So an RBI ground out by Eli Fry. He did his job, got the runner in from third. And with 1 out and the bases empty, here is Gage Gaskill. Gage drove in the first run of the game with a sacrifice fly out to center. That gave Clarke a momentary 1-0 lead. Davis County scored 8 unanswered. Now Clarke has answered with 3 in the top in the third. And that first pitch is a ball. One-0 fastball, taken for a strike. Sizemore deals, popped up high in the air. Short left field, going back is Scott and Settles. Neither one of them called the other off. It drops for a base hit. Scott kept on going back, and he just stopped all of a sudden, and then Settles ran forward as if to say, wait a minute, I thought you had that. On a windy day like this, communication is paramount. Gaskell's aboard on a base hit. Here's Deegan Neese. Pitching the dirt for ball one, and that scooted past Taylor a bit, but the catcher was able to corral it. Davis County's defense, by the way, Josh Settles is in left, Duke Sky's in center, Quinn McCoy is the right fielder. Brett Prevost at third, Dexter Scott's at shortstop, Houston Schooley's at second with Peyton Schooley, the first baseman. Max Taylor behind the plate, who catches ball two from the pitcher, Noah Sizemore. The 2-0. There's a strike. Fastball swung on and missed by Deegan Neese, and the count now is 2-2. Sizemore's pitch. Got him swinging. Fastball at his ankles. Neese strikes out for the second time tonight. That's the third strikeout for Sizemore, and with 2 outs, here is Bryce Geiza. But first, head coach Todd White calls timeout. By my count, I have Sizemore at 54 pitches, and looks like that'll be the end of the evening for Mr. Sizemore. So we will step away for a pitching change as Davis County will bring in a new pitcher with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the third. Davis County leads at 8-4. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go to left and then Sizemore to third. Gotcha. New pitcher in the game is Josh Settles for Davis County as the Mustangs move around the furniture a bit. Settles comes in from left to pitch. Prevost is now the new left fielder, and Sizemore, who was a starting pitcher, takes over at third. So there are your defensive changes. It has been a while before we seen last time we saw Josh Settles. Have to go back in my notes and see when's the last time we saw the left-hander. Last saw him on June 9th. When Davis County played EBF, first game of a doubleheader, and he threw a complete game. Actually, you know what? I think we saw him before that, or after that, I should say. Yep. June 16th in Knoxville, the first game of the doubleheader. So back on Monday. Settles pitched 4 in the third innings, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 5 hits. He walked 3, struck out 4, took the loss in that ball game. Settles a junior. 7th appearance of the season. He has a record of 2-2. ERA of 1.58. 30 strikeouts in his 31 innings pitched. He's walked 14. Opponents are batting .183 versus him. So Brett Prevost is a new center fielder. So that means they move Duke Scott over to left. So all those changes now being made. Here is Bryce Geiza batting with a runner at first, 2 outs. 3 runs in for Clarke as they've answered and now trail Davis County 8-4 here in the top of the third. First pitch by Settles, fastball missing inside. Gaskill is the runner at first. Long pause by Settles. Fastball clips the inside corner, strike one. Settles featuring fastball changeup slider from the left side. There's a changeup that's fouled off at the plate. And the count now is 1-2. Settles leads Davis County in innings pitched. And a changeup, foul tipped into the glove of Taylor. Guyza strikes out, and the inning is over. But Clarke scores 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error in the inning, and 1 man left on. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It is now Davis County 8, Clarke 4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Back here in Davis County, Mustangs batting bottom of the third, leading Clarke 8-4. Duke Scott will start things off for the Mustangs. Scott singled and scored in Davis County's 6-run second inning. Cole Jacobson starting his first full inning on the mound, and he delivers a pitch wide for ball 1. One-0 pitch, changeup taken for a strike. Davis County has out-hit Clarke 5-2. And they have him outscored him on the scoreboard. That's a high pop-up just behind the mound. That drops in foul territory. And it turns into a strike, and that is it. That was in the air for a very long time. Oh, straight up the elevator shaft, right at home plate. But neither Neese nor Jacobson could get a glove on it. Next pitch, outside, 2-2. Technically, that doesn't go as an error because the wind got a hold of it. But can Scott take advantage of the miscue regardless? He cannot, as he swings and misses and strikes out. First strikeout for Jacobson coming out of the bullpen for Clarke. And the batter is Quinn McCoy. He laid down a sacrifice bunt back in that second inning. That set the table for a 2-run single by Josh Settles later that inning. And that hit, McCoy in the back, he just stood like a statue and took it like a champ. Right off his left shoulder. McCoy is aboard with 1 out. Back to the top of the order in Peyton Schooley, and he's done this evening what he's done best. Get on base, pair of walks in 2 plate appearances, stolen base and a run scored. He did get thrown out trying to steal home on a double steal back in the second inning. Jacobson's first pitch, fastball, helmet high, ball 1. Davis County 8, Clarke 4 is our score as we play in the bottom of the third. Davis County has a runner at first with 1 out. Mustangs looking to snap a 2-game losing streak tonight and win the season series versus Clarke as in a dirt ball 2. Team split a doubleheader back on June 4th at Clarke. Clarke won the opener 3-1. Davis County won the nightcap 8-0. 2-0 to count to Peyton Schooley. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. Seems like the only pitch that Jacobson right now can throw for a strike is his curveball. Fastball has been very erratic for the freshman thus far. Here's the 3-0. Took a little bit off that and delivers a strike on the outside corner. Jacobson comes set. And the 3-1 pitch is rifled foul to the first base side over the fence and out of play. That was a line drive on the late swing by the right-hander Peyton Schooley. Righty versus righty matchup. Full count with the runner at first. We'll see if head coach Todd White sends McCoy. He does, and that pitch is fouled away. Look out as that goes into the softball stands over to our right. Davis County softball team playing to the right of us as well. They have a 2-0 lead over Clarke in the 6th inning. Another full count pitch coming to Peyton Schooley. McCoy ran on the last pitch. Will he do it again? Well, thinking that, Jacobson throws a first, and that ball looked like they hit the right leg of McCoy. So McCoy got hit in the back with the pitch. Now took one off his leg on the pickoff attempt. Three and 2 to count to Peyton Schooley. McCoy takes off. That's high for ball 4. Third walk of this ball game for Peyton Schooley. Head coach Jeff Geis, it looks like he's fit to be tied as he just tosses one of the foul balls back towards home plate, and he wants to have a conversation with Cole Jacobson, his pitcher, and the rest of the Clarke infield. He just saw his team score 3 runs in the top of the third to get to within 4 after being down 8-1. Doesn't want to see Davis County add on any runs here and reclaim any momentum that Clarke has gotten back, and we will have a new pitcher coming into this ball game. So we will step away as a new pitcher has taken the mound, and we will tell you all about the new Clarke hurler when we return on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Gage Gaskill, an 8th grader, is the new pitcher for Clarke. Third pitcher for the Indians, and we're only in the bottom of the third. And we're waiting to see on Clarke's defensive changes. I've had to venture a guess. Looks like Oswald is at third. And Geiza is at short. And I think Jacobson has gone back to second. The batter is Josh Settles. Davis County has runners at first and second with 1 out. Settles already has a 2-run single a stolen base and a run scored in this ball game. First pitch, fastball, taken on the outside corner for strike one. Gaskell's ready with the 0-1. A swing and a miss. A vicious cut by Settles, and he comes up empty. 11th appearance of the season for Gaskell. He's pitched 18 in the third innings. ERA of 7.64. And Settles goes down on 3 pitches. Strikeout swinging of Settles for the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Brett Prevost to try to come through here in the bottom of the third. Davis County leading Clarke 8-4. Prevost with a pair of walks and a pair of runs scored. That's high for ball one. The runner at second is Quinn McCoy. Runner at first is Peyton Schooley. The 1-0 almost got Prevost in the backside as he turned away from that inside pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball upstairs, 3-0. Walks have really come back to bite Clarke in this ball game. Clarke has already walked 6. Here into the bottom of the third. There's a strike to Prevost. Three and 1 to count to Prevost. Looking to get aggressive here if he finds something he likes. Throw back to second, just a spin and just a little lob towards second base, so McCoy was able to get back safely. The 3-1. There's a strike at the belt. Now McCoy will have a running start from second, and Schooley will take off from first on this payoff pitch from Gaskell. Here it comes. There's a shot out to left field. Going back is Turpin, and it's off the wall. Coming in to score is McCoy. Right behind him is Peyton Schooley, a ringing 2-run double for Brett Prevost to make it 10-4 Davis County. Prevost needed that in a big way, and so did the Mustangs. So now the batter is Max Taylor. Ball one. Taylor popped out to short in the first inning. Walked and scored in the second. Actually, his courtesy runner scored in the second. Fastball at the letters, 2-0. Davis County has scored in every inning of this ball game thus far. Taylor gets aggressive on the 2-0 count and fouls that away to the first base side out of play. Gaskell rocks and fires. Fastball at the knees. Good pitch on the inside corner, 2-2. Taylor looking to drive in Prevost to give Davis County some extra breathing room here in the bottom of the third. The pitch, curveball, missing outside. And Taylor checked his swing. A couple of Indians from Clarke made a couple of steps towards the first base dugout. Instead, now the count is full. Payoff pitch coming to Taylor. A chopper to third. Staying back on his Oswald, throws across the diamond to retire Taylor and end the inning. But Davis County does add 2 runs, courtesy of the 2-run double by Brett Prevost. And after 3, the Mustangs lead Clarke 10-4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Chris Merle, owner of Hamilton Produce. We are proud to have served the community for over 90 years as your hometown locally owned farm and hardware store. We have everything from tractor parts, general hardware, calving equipment, dry shod boots, and Carhartt clothing. We are also your best source to get your smaller LP tanks filled. Stop in and see us just off the square in Bloomfield. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with our store and specials.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County 10, Clarke 4 is our score as we play in the top of inning number 4. Rubber match between these two schools. This will be the last time they meet this season. They split a doubleheader back on June 4th at Clarke. Clarke opened the scoring with a run in the first inning, but then Davis County scored 2 in the first, 6 in the second. Clarke responded with 3 in the top of the third, and Davis County answered with 2 more in the bottom of the third. Settles fires a strike on the inside corner to Ethan Danley. Sizemore came in, Settles came in to relieve Sizemore with 2 outs in the top of the third. He struck out the only batter he faced. That's low and inside. Slider missing. 1-1. Settles, last time we saw him was back on Monday. First game of the doubleheader against Knoxville. He took the loss. Fastball over but low, 2-1. That loss, or that start I should say, broke a string in which he pitched 3 consecutive complete games. And the 2-1 pitch, a little dribbler to the first base side of the mound. Settles, pounces on it, fires the first in time to retire Danley. Settles reached over, missed it at first, but it was so slowly hit he was able to catch up with it before the second baseman Schooley got up to it, and he fired a strike to the first baseman Peyton Schooley for the out. So 1-3 on the putout. First time in this ball game, the Mustangs have retired the leadoff batter. And here's Casey Wade. He lined out hard to center his first time up. Slider taken for strike 1. Settles, nods, winds and delivers. There's another slider that's hit foul past first base. And the count is quickly 0-2. Other games today in the South Central Conference. Centerville is playing a doubleheader at Knoxville. Don't know if one of those games or both of those games have been knocked out due to the weather. And Albia was scheduled to play at Cardinal as well. That's low and outside to make it 1-2. So the Sheraton game did get canceled, and knowing Cardinal, most likely their game got canceled as well. The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, a late swing, and Wade is another strikeout victim of Settles. And that makes it 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth. Here's Joey Turpin. Turpin singled and scored back in the third inning. Settles, blows a fastball past him. Five seems to be the magic number for Davis County. I'll tell you why after this pitch. 1 strike pitch, taken inside, slider missing to the right-handed hitting Turpin to make it 1-1. When the Mustangs allow 5 runs or more this season, they are 0-9. So right now, Clarke has 4. The 1-1. Slider bouncing to the plate. 2 balls and a strike. And that kind of tells you the type of game that Davis County will have to play, not only towards the tail end of the regular season, but also the postseason as well. Mustangs got to prevent runs from being scored by the opposition because they are just not an offensive juggernaut this season. Swinging and a miss by Turpin makes it 2-2. Bases empty, 2 outs. Settles looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And the pitch, over but low, and the count is full. The payoff pitch to Turpin. High fly ball, out to left. Scott coming in, making the catch with one hand. And Clarke goes down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Davis County 10, Clarke 4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Welcome back to Davis County and the Mustang Sports Complex. Davis County leading Clarke 10-4 as we play in the bottom of inning number 4. Houston Schooley, who's had a big night, fouls first pitch back. Schooley with 4 RBI already in this ballgame. A 2-run single in the first, a 2-run double in the second. So working on a 4 RBI night, adding to his team-leading total as well. Changeup is hit the other way and past the diving shortstop Geiza into left field for a base hit. Schooley, 3 for 3. That adds oxygen to your batting average for sure. Schooley came into this game batting 163. That is not the case now, for certain. Here's Dexter Scott. He got healthy with a 2-run single in the second. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. He also got called out on batter's interference in this same type of situation with Schooley standing at first. He attempted to steal second, and Scott got called out. The 1-0. Fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. In case you didn't hear, Davis County was supposed to play on Wednesday versus Centerville. That game has been moved to Friday, June 27th, so next Friday. Davis County had an open day, as did Centerville, so that's where that game will be placed. And, of course, we'll have that live on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. 2-1 to count to Scott, with Schooley leading off first base. Scott, a little flare to the middle of the diamond, and right by second base making the catch was Geiza, the shortstop. Throw back to first to try to double off Schooley, but Schooley slides back safely. So Scott pops out. 1 out in the inning, and here's Noah Sizemore. Sizemore's 2 at-bats this inning came in the same inning, back in the second. He led off the second with an infield single, later came around to score, or I should say his courtesy runner did, as he was a pitcher at that moment. And then he ended the inning with a pop out to the pitcher. That was Davis County's 6-run, 6th inning, in which they sent 10 men to the plate. Sizemore takes strike one. Gage Gaskell, the 8th grader, looking to work through a leadoff single. Runner at first with 1 out. And the 0-1 offering, low and inside, and Schooley breaks for second, and they're not even an attempt to try to throw him out. Schooley had the most awkward slide I've ever seen going into second base. I don't know how he's not hurt after that attempt. But he's standing on second, counting 1-1. The count is 1-1 to Sizemore. And the next pitch by Gaskell, high and inside, 2-1. Congrats to the Davis County Lady Mustangs, by the way, softball team, able to take down Clarke 2-0. The 2-1, fastball well upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Davis County has scored in every inning of this ball game thus far. 2 in the first, 6 in the second, and then 2 more in the third. Here's the 3-1. Fastball right down easy street. Sizemore takes it for strike 2. Duke Scott waits on deck. Payoff pitch coming to Sizemore, the runner at second and 1 out. And a pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. Walks, kill. Head coach Jeff Geisa on his 3rd pitcher already here in the 4th inning. And the batter is Duke Scott. He is 1 for 2. Singled, later scored in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd. Scott has faced 3 different pitchers. This is his first look at Gaskell as he looks at strike 1. 8th grader versus senior in this matchup. Always interesting to take a microscope to it. The 0-1. Scott with a defensive-looking swing, half-hearted swing, I should say. And he's quickly down 0-2. Scott takes that pitch downstairs and a bouncer to the plate. It got past Neese, but he was able to collect it before Houston Schooley attempted to go to third. I think head coach Todd White's the one that told him to slam on the brakes. And wisely, Sizemore on the back end at first was able to stay near the first base bag as well. 1-2 to count to Scott. Gaskell throws back to second. Gaskell delivers outside, 2-2. Clarke is 5-15 coming into tonight's game, 3-10 in the South Central Conference. Their last game was on Monday. They played a doubleheader versus Albia. They dropped the opener, but then they won the second game 4-2. That snapped a 9-game losing streak as Scott goes down swinging for the second out. So that brings up Quinn McCoy, who does not have an official at-bat in this ball game. A sacrifice bunt in the second, and he was hit by a pitch and later scored in the third. McCoy swings at the first pitch and pops it up behind the plate. Neese had trouble finding it at first. That might have cost him as that falls behind the plate to the grass for strike 1. McCoy had an RBI double back on Tuesday, and Davis County's lost to Mount Pleasant. That was his first extra base hit of the season. McCoy with a fly ball out to right. And going back into the outfield grass and catching it is the second baseman Jacobson to end the inning. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 men left. We are through 4. It is Davis County 10, Clarke 4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Get the small town charm with real world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County leading Clarke 10-4 here in the top of the 5th. Clarke will send the top of the order to face Josh Settles, who is coming to the ball game. Settles coming off a 1-2-3, top of the 4th. He'll start off with Brock Watson, and Watson's been the beneficiary of a leaky Mustang defense. He's reached twice on errors in this ball game. Settles is ready, and the first pitch, fastball taken low for ball 1. Settles, winds, and delivers. Fastball outside. The 2-0, a swing and a miss. I remember talking to Nolan Kramer during the offseason. And of course, as that pitch is hit high in the air, out to left field, going back is Duke Scott, and that ball is gone. He hit it high and watched it fly. Brock Watson goes deep to left. And Clarke's within 5. 10-5 is our new score. A leadoff solo shot by Brock Watson. With the wind blowing out the way it is, out the left, Watson got that up to the jet stream and rifled it out of here. Hard to say on a day without wind if that one would leave, but that was easily gone. So now Seth Oswald is the batter. Last time he was up, he hit a 2-run triple. Ball 1. That's the second home run of the season Settles has given up. As the 1-0 pitch is hit on the ground towards Scott at short. He drops it, throws to first, and that's not in time. That's an error on Dexter Scott. As Clarke tries to fight their way back into this game. They have a runner at first, nobody out. And here's Eli Fry. Just to wrap my point. The first homer that Settles gave up this year was back in Cardinal. That was back in May. Gave up a 2-run homer to Cody Burleson in the first game of that doubleheader, which Davis County lost 12-6. There's a attempt at a bunt fouled at the plate by Fry for strike 1. Cardinal, however, they have that short porch in left field. Left field only goes to 306 out in Cardinal. Davis County's left field goes to 320, and it jets out even further when it goes to left center field. That's chopped at and fouled towards the third base side to make it 0-2. But Brock Watson now is the 7th player in history to hit a home run here at the Mustang Sports Complex on the baseball field. Slider fouled away, and the count remains 0-2. Settles could really use a strikeout in a spot. And a pitch. Got him looking. A late call by Gary Hart, the home plate umpire, on the slider on the upper part of the strike zone. But Fry's the first out. So if memory serves me correctly, here are the 7 players who have homered for either team here at the Mustang Sports Complex. As that pitch is off the glove of Settles. The throw to first is wide. And now going to third on the play is Oswald. And Gaskill is safe at second. That was a line drive off the glove of the pitcher Settles. Schooley tried to catch the deflection and throw out Gaskill at first. However, Schooley threw it past the first baseman, Peyton Schooley, in the foul territory. So E4 on that play. That is already error number 5 in this game on Davis County. And Clarke now has runners at second and third with 1 out for Deegan Neese. And this is a big spot for Clarke. Base hit here can bring them to within 3 in a game they once trailed 8-1. First pitch by Settles. Check swing, and home plate umpire Gary Hart says you went around. Strike 1. The 1-0. That bounces past Taylor. And on the wild pitch, coming in to score is Seth Oswald to make it 10-6. So a wild pitch brings in another one for Clarke. Gaskill goes to third. 2-0 the count now to Neese. Neese squares to bunt, and he fouls it off at the plate to make the count 2-1. The 2-1. Grounder to Schooley. It's off his leg. He tried to reach down and smother it. Instead, it hit his right leg and bounces away. Another error on Houston Schooley at second. Gaskill comes in to score. It is now 10-7. Clarke now within 3. Here comes head coach Todd White. Errors have come back to bite the Mustangs once again in this ball game. 3 in this inning. They're up to 6 in the ball game. Especially noteworthy considering Davis County committed 10 errors on Tuesday versus Mount Pleasant. And I'm going to assume that was a very short talk, and head coach Todd White gave his infield a good piece of his mind. Too many extra outs to a team, and that team will make you pay. A runner at first with 1 out, and the batter is Bryce Geiza. He fouls it off for strike 1. Geiza is 1 for 2. He singled in the second and struck out in the third. Here in the top of the 5th, it is now 10-7. Davis County leading Clarke. The 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Good block by Taylor. Actually just scooped it up. 1-1. Next pitch is high. No, it's called a strike. Oh, goodness gracious. A break for Settles, and by my estimation. Making the count 1-2. The pitch, a bouncer to short. Dexter Scott shovels to a second for one to throw to first. Not in time. Good scoop on the back end by Peyton Schooley at first base, but safe was the call. They got the lead runner at second base for the second out. Guys safe at first on the fielder's choice. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Ethan Danley. Things have gotten much more interesting here in Bloomfield here in the 5th inning. Davis County once led this game 8-1. However, now their lead is down to 10-7. First pitch to Danley, fouled straight back. Danley's 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the second and grounded out back in the fourth. The 0-1. Slider stays upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Settles comes set. And the next delivery is popped up. On the infield, Houston Schooley, the second baseman, calls it and makes the catch to retire the side. But Clarke does score 2 runs, make that 3 runs, one of which was a solo homer by Brock Watson, and 3 errors in the inning as well. And at the end of 4.5, it is Davis County 10, Clarke 7 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell real estate? Lincoln Lynch at Lynch Realty in Bloomfield is the guy to call. Lynch Realty is a family-owned business, and it's their policy to serve the community. Whether you are looking to buy or sell real estate or farmland, give Lincoln a call. And don't forget, he also owns Lynch Boys Auction Service, and they can help you with all your auction needs as well. For current listings or for more information, visit lynchrealtyinc.com. That's lynchrealtyinc.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County 10, Clarke 7 is our score, and when a game that has become a lot more tighter than you would originally thought after the end of the second inning. Top of the order for the Mustangs, starting with Peyton Schooley, who looks at strike 1. Schooley has walked each time he has been up in the first, second, and the third. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th. 0-1 pitch coming to Schooley. Grounder right back to the mound. Gaskell snags it with the left glove and throws to first to retire Peyton Schooley. That brings up Josh Settles, a pair of strikeouts. He also has a 2-run single in this ball game with a stolen base and a run scored. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Davis County batting, leading Clarke 10-7. Fastball up and away, ball 1. And a 1-0 pitch. Foul tip at the plate. Mustangs will next be in action on Monday. A doubleheader here at home versus Albia to wrap up that season series. 1-1 pitch. Fastball missing off the outside corner. Davis County and Albia had a very entertaining 2-1 win by Davis County in 8 innings a few weeks ago in Albia. That's outside, ball 3. Settles looking to get on base and start a rally for Davis County here in the bottom of the 5th. They have seen their 7-run lead shaved down to 3. A swing and a miss, a big cut by Settles, and the count is now full. Gasco nods, winds and deals, and Settles pops it up. That will stay in fair territory on the third base side, and calling for it and making the catch is Oswald for the second out. So Settles pops out to third. That brings up Brett Prevost. A pair of walks, a pair of runs. His last time up, hit a 2-run double in Davis County's 2-run third inning, and there's a strike put in by Gasco, who's just been a strike-throwing machine here in the 5th inning. Prevost golfs that one out to left field. Going into the left center gap is the center fielder Watson to make the catch, and Davis County goes down quietly in the bottom of the 5th. We will head to the 6th inning. Our score remains Davis County 10, Clarke 7 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ten to 7 is our score as Davis County plays Clarke here in the top of the 6th. Josh Settles back on top of the hill. Eight, 9-1 due up for Clarke, starting with Casey Wade, who is 0 for 2, a line out in the 3rd and a strikeout in the 4th. Lefty versus lefty matchup, and a swing and a miss by Wade. Errors really have been the Achilles heel for the Mustangs, not only in this game, but Tuesday's game as well, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. 10 errors in that 11-3 loss to Mount Pleasant on Tuesday. 6 more here tonight versus Clarke, but yet they still hold a 10-7 lead. 1-1 pitch, chopped back towards the left of the mound. It goes out to Schooley, second baseman, and he throws on the run to his cousin Peyton Schooley at first. Wade is retired, 1 out. Joey Turpin is 1 for 2. A single and a run scored in the 3rd, and he flew out to left Back in the fourth, he checks his swing and takes ball one. Clarke snapped a 9-game losing streak in her last game on Monday, the nightcap for that doubleheader against Albia that they won 4-2. There's a swing and a miss. Last year, Clarke went 18-14, and that was their first winning season since I don't even know when. 1-1 pitch. He checked his swing on that front foot breaking ball, and Anthony McClendon, after the appeal in the field, says, yes, he went around, and the count is 1-2. GoBound only goes back to 2009, the website that has all the high school stats, and the only winning season they've had since 2009 was last year for Clarke, in which they went 18-14. This year they're 5-15, 3-10 mark in the South Central Conference. 2-2 to count to Joey Turpin, pitched by Settles, over but low, 3-2. Bases empty, 1 out, top of the 6th. Davis County leading Clarke 10-7. Settles, winds, and delivers. Fastball missing outside. And it's a walk. So back to the top of the order, and the man that did some damage back in the 5th inning, Brock Watson. He led off the inning with a solo homer. That was part of a 3-run 5th inning to bring Clarke to within 3. First pitch by Settles. That slider got past Taylor, and that wild pitch will allow Turpin to advance to second base. So I was trying to recall all the players that have homered here in the history of the Mustang Sports Complex. You have Jared Idle of Grinnell, Alex Sandoval of Central Lee, Dawson Townsend of Davis County, as well as Caden Glosser of Davis County. There's a fly ball out to right. Going back and now coming in is McCoy. He slides and he's out. They call him out. They can double him off at second if they decide to. And coming in, and Scully just needs to tag second. He finally does. But they say, no, he did not tag. There's no way he tagged. They said Watson was out on the fly ball. Schooley went to go tag second. Standing at third is Turpin. Turpin did not tag. And he's out. It is a double play. A huge double play. And this inning has come to an end. Oh, my goodness. No runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 10-7 Davis County on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the 6th rolls in. 10-7 is our score. Davis County leading Clarke. Gage Gaskill, who has gotten into a groove, he's retired 5 straight now. He'll face 4, 5, 6 from Davis County. So quickly, I'm going to try to go over these home run hitters again in the history of the Mustang Sports Complex. Jared Idle of Grinnell, Alex Sandoval of Central Lee, Dawson Townsend and Caden Glosser of Davis County, Caden Clarahan of Sigourney, and then you had Nolan Kramer, of course, of Davis County, and then number 7 happened today, Brock Watson of Clarke. Adds his name to the list. There's a strike to Max Taylor. So that's the list. The only person to hit a home run twice in this ballpark has been Kramer, and he did it in the same game. That was senior night last year against Van Buren County. He hit a grand slam and a solo shot. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Max Taylor. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Hit that off the end of his bat, and it's a little number towards third. Oswald collects it and throws it across the diamond to retire Taylor for the first out. Now the man that's swinging the hottest bat in the Davis County lineup strides to the plate. Houston Schooley is 3 for 3 in this ball game. 4 RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored as well. So Schooley has really carried this offense in this ball game. First pitch fastball off the plate outside for ball 1. Meanwhile, Gaskell, the 8th grader, very impressive for Clarke on the mound. The 1-0. Fastball fouled back behind the plate, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gaskill, a right-hander, versus the left-hander Schooley. Schooley looks at ball 2. Speaking of home runs and speaking of Clarke, interesting story happened on my day job. Got an email to our Google account, and there's a young man that was looking for an old Clarke game that happened back in 2019. Does anybody remember Isaac Kramer? He only hit 1 home run in his career, but it was a big one. Davis County was taking on Clarke on June 19th of 2019. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and that's hit foul down the third base line. In that game, Davis County was trailing 2-1 going into the top of the 7th at Clarke, so it was their final at bat. Head coach Todd White lifts his regular hitter, who happened to be Logan Hale at the time, and brings in Isaac Kramer. And on the second pitch he saw, he hit a homer over the left field fence, a no-doubter, an absolute shot. That tied the game at 2, sent the game into extra innings, and Davis County ended up winning that game in 8 innings by a score of 4-2. So we got an email from Isaac Kramer saying, hey, can you find this game for me? I thought we lost it, but I found it for him, sent it to him, and hopefully he has found a way to keep that to show his grandkids. Because like I said at the time, 6 years ago, that's something he'll show his kids, his grandkids. There's a line drive towards left. At drops for a base hit. Houston Schooley is 4 for 4. Have yourself a night, Houston Schooley. One out with the runner at first, and the batter is Dexter Scott. Scott is 1 for 3. Actually, I don't know. Do you count batter's interference as making an out? I guess you do. Right now we will, so he's 1 for 3. Strike 1 delivered by Gaskill. That single by Schooley, that snapped a streak of 6 in a row set down by Gaskill. Davis County looking to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th, leading 10-7 over Clarke. Scott hits that off the end of the bat. That's a little flare. That finds some grass in short left field, and it's a bloop base hit for Scott. That's his second hit of the ball game. And so now Davis County has something going here. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and a pinch hitter coming to the plate, Hayden Bankson. will pinch hit for Noah Sizemore. Bankson pitch hit back on Tuesday in Mount Pleasant and got his very first hit in that ball game in the 7th inning of that 11-3 loss at Mount Pleasant. So head coach Todd White will have him bat for Sizemore. See if he can get the big junior to produce another hit and add to Davis County's lead. Bankson takes a pitch inside, ball 1. A ground out by Taylor to start off the inning, and then consecutive singles by Houston Schooley and Dexter Scott have runners at first and second with 1 out. Fastball clips the inside corner, strike 1. Davis County looking to win a game for the first time this season after allowing 5 runs or more. They were 0 of 9 coming into tonight. That's low and inside for ball 2. Wind continuing to whip around here at the Mustang Sports Complex, blowing out to left. That's good news for the right-handed hitting Bankson. Strike 2. So Bankson has looked at 4 pitches, has not taken the bat off his shoulder as of yet. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Bankson hits that high and foul to the foul territory on the first base side, and looked like Gasco had the best shot of getting to it, but he couldn't. So the pitcher just picks up the ball and walks back to the mound as the count remains 2-2. Wade at first base is not holding on the runner Scott. So both Mustangs on base can get a sizable lead. That's in the dirt. That gets through Neese into the backstop. Pass ball allows Schooley to advance to third and Scott to go to second. So Bankson can get his first RBI of the season if he could put a ball in play here. Surprisingly, Clarke has their infield back. He swings and misses and strikes out. So a big strikeout by Gaskill. 2 outs in the inning, and here is Duke Scott. Scott singled and scored in the 2nd inning and has since struck out twice. Scott swings at the first pitch and hits it behind the plate foul, out of play for strike 1. Davis County 10, Clarke 7 is our score here in the bottom of the 6th. Mustangs have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Gaskill, 8th grader for Clarke on the mound, looking to hold Mustangs to a 0 here in the bottom of the 6th and give his team a chance in their last at-bat in the top of the 7th. The 0-1. Scott takes strike 2. That pitch was on the upper part of the zone. Gary Hart brings up his right hand to say strike 2. And Scott is down 0-2. Gaskill delivers. Scott took a pitch off his back. Getting hit on an 0-2 pitch. That loads the bases for Quinn McCoy. He popped out in his only official at bat back in the 4th. He's also laid down a sacrifice bunt, and he was also hit by a pitch. He later came around to score in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Fastball at the knee, strike 1. McCoy puts it in play. A dribbler towards short. Scooping it is Geiza. Throws to first. Not in time! And a second run comes in to score. Davis County leaves it 12-7. Infield single, RBI for McCoy. However, the second run, Dexter Scott scoring, that's on the throwing error by the shortstop Geiza. Good hustle by Scott as well. Right on the heels of Schooley to score. Duke Scott stands at second. We're back to the top of the order, and Peyton Schooley. Davis County back out to a 5-run lead. Strike one to Schooley. Schooley is 0 for 1 with 3 walks and 2 runs scored. Inside ball 1. Gaskill throws a second, and he throws it into center field, but backing it up is Watson in center, so Scott stays put at second base. Clutch at bat by Quinn McCoy, coming through with an infield single and an extra run scoring on Clarke's first error of this ball game. And the 1-0 pitch, fastball off the plate outside, 2-0. One of those weird games where you see the team with the less errors being down by 5 runs, and not only down by an error or 2, but Davis County has committed 6, as that's ball 3, and Clarke's only committed 1. Baseball can be an odd game sometimes. The 3-0. And a strike right down the middle. Schooley has 1 RBI this season. Has somebody out second for him as the runners go. There's a line drive out to center, and it hangs up for Watson, the center fielder, who puts it away, and the inning is over. Davis County does score a pair of runs on a hit, actually make that 3 hits. 1 error in the inning and 2 men left on. Last chance coming up for Clarke. Davis County now leads at 12-7 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Josh Settles on the mound for Davis County, looking to get 3 final outs to put an end to tonight's proceedings against Clarke. 12-7, Davis County leads it as Clarke has 3 outs remaining here in the top of the 7th. 2-3-4 duo for Clarke, starting with Seth Oswald. He's reached on an error twice. He has a 2-run triple in this ball game. He's also scored a pair of runs. Top of the order has really done some damage for Clarke. Brock Watson, leadoff hitter, had a home run earlier in this ball game. First pitch to the 7th, outside for ball 1. Settles delivers. Fastball. Oof, don't know where that missed. Maybe outside. Actually, Settles gave home plate umpire Gary Harr an extra look as well. to say where was that. 2-0 the count. He deals. That's low and inside. Last thing you want to do is allow free passes up by 5 with 3 outs remaining. However, Settles is staring down that right now with the count at 3-0. To Oswald, and the pitch to Oswald. Fastball taken for a strike. Settles with a deep breath. Left-hander winds and deals. There's a high fly ball out towards left center field. Tracking it is Prevost, and he can't make the catch. Rounding second, going to third, and making it on a slide is Seth Oswald. That is his third, make that his second triple of the night. Oswald can absolutely fly around the bases. The triple's probably one of the most exciting plays in baseball. Not so exciting when the other team does it, however. That brings up Eli Fry looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. Lefty versus lefty matchup. First pitch, fouled off at the plate. Fry was able to get a piece of the slider. Clarke still needs base runners. Down by 5 here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1. That's outside. Wind still whipping around. Blowing out towards left field. And a 1-1 pitch. Fastball too high. 2-1. If this score holds, Clarke will drop down to 6-16 overall, 3-11 in South Central Conference. Davis County will be a game below 500 at 9-10. Also a game below 500 in the South Central Conference at 6-7. 3-1 the count now to Fry. Settles was at risk of walking Oswald before he rifled a triple into center field. Fastball clips the outside corner, 3-2. Davis County playing their infield back, more than willing to concede an out for a run. And there's a inside-out swing that hugged the line on third, but Sizemore, the third baseman, picks it up in foul territory. And the count remains full at 3-2. That was almost like a softball-like swing by Fry. He hacked at it and then almost was running towards first base as he was swinging at it. Another 3-2. Fouled off, and that hit Fry in the batter's box, so we'll do that again. So Fry and Settles are locked in a battle. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up. Another 3-2. Fouled off. Everything is late off the bat of Fry. Another 3-2 pitch from Settles. Missed outside. That ball got away from Taylor. Coming home and scoring is Oswald on the wild pitch on ball 4. And it is now 12-8, Davis County. Settles did not hustle to the plate to cover. And that might spell the end for the left-hander. And head coach Todd White asks for the ball from Settles, and we will have a new pitcher come into the ball game. We will take a break and come back to tell you about the new pitcher after this. Clarke still has life with a runner at first, nobody out, a run in here in the top of the 7th. Davis County leads at 12-8 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game is Peyton Schooley. He will look to shut things down here in the in the 7th inning. Davis County leads at 12-8. Clarke has a run in thanks to a leadoff triple by Seth Oswald. He scored on a wild pitch. Eli Fry stands at first base after walking. Schooley can earn himself a win if he can get the final 3 outs of this ball game. He'll be greeted by Gage Gaskill. Head coach Todd White of Davis County and Jeff Geiza of Clarke exchanging words. And here we go. Gaskill is 1 for 3. Make that 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI, and he takes strike 1 from Schooley. Peyton Schooley, this is his 6th appearance of the season. He has a 2-0 record as that pitch is low for ball 1. He's pitched 14 innings, ERA of 5 even. He has 14 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opponents are batting .288 against him. The 1-1, that's fouled back to make it 1-2. Clarke has a runner at first. Nobody out. Curveball missing outside. 2-2. I almost see Schooley and Sizemore as almost the same pitcher. They feature a fastball and a curveball, maybe the occasional changeup, but they're mostly fastball, curveball pitchers. Fastball taken for a ball and throw to second, not in time, as Fry takes off and he steals second base. If you steal or you attempt to steal down by 4, you better make it. And Fry did. A swing and a miss, and Gaskill goes down on strikes. That's the first out of the inning. Defensive changes for Davis County real quick. Brett Prevost now back at third. Noah Sizemore is at first. Duke Scott is back in center field. Or, I beg your pardon, Duke Scott's back in center field, and Josh Settles is out in left. Ball 1 delivered to Deegan Neese. A pair of strikeouts. He's also reached on an error. That's in the dirt. That gets away from Taylor, and going to third is Fry. So a wild pitch. Two 2-0 to count to Neese. Schooley delivers. Fastball, letter high, taken for ball 3. Schooley struck out the first batter he faced. However, now Nice is up 3-0, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Now the batter is Bryce Geiza. He is 1 for 3. Runners at the corners for Clarke, 1 out. Top of the 7th, 12-8 Davis County, strike 1. I think one of the most stringent things you got to teach a pitcher is focus on the batter. Don't worry about the runners on base, especially when you're up by 4. Pitch is taken for strike 2. And they concede second base to Nice. The only run that matters is on deck. And that's only if Geiza reaches. So take care of Geiza. Curveball, a defensive swing, high pop up towards the third base dugout. Good hustle by Taylor, but he can't quite make it. 0-2 to count to Bryce Geiza. That was a very awkward looking swing at a curveball. I would not be surprised if he saw another one from Schooley. Righty versus righty matchup. 0-2 to count to Geiza. The pitch. Curveball served out to center field. That's a base hit. Coming in to score is Fry. And now Clarke is within 3. It is 12-9. So now the tying run is at the plate. And you think back to Davis County's bottom of the 6th inning, where they were able to get in 2 insurance runs. Fastball inside, ball 1 to Ethan Danley. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Clarke is within 3. That's high for ball 2. Errors were the demon that bothered Davis County at the beginning of the game. Now it's walks. 2 in this inning. That's low for ball 3. So now Schooley's at risk of putting the tying run on base here in the 7th inning. The pitch, strike 1. Danley taking all the way. He is 0 for 3 in this ball game. A strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. The 3-1, a swing and a miss, and the count is full. Nothing but fastballs in this at-bat so far. Would Schooley dare throw a curve at 3-2? The pitch with the runner going from first, and it's high for ball 4. Tying run is on base. Bases are loaded. And here is Casey Way. Timeout called by head coach Todd White. Still just 1 out for Clarke. And if you're a Mustang fan, you would really love for Schooley to take care of Wade and then Turpin. You do not want to see Watson or even Oswald again in this ball game. 2 most dangerous hitters at the top of Clarke's lineup. Home plate umpire Gary Hart politely standing outside of the pitcher's mound. I guess his presence there just says, all right, guys, let's break this up. Schooley wants a fresh baseball, and he gets one. 3 walks in this inning have cracked the door open for Clarke. 2 runs are in, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Casey Wade. He lined out to center in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. First pitch strike. Davis County once led this game 8-1. It is now 12-9 here in the 7th. The pitch at the knees, but missing a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schooley pitching from the windup, and a foul tip at the plate, and that got a piece of Taylor, it appears. Got him on his left arm. Shaking his arm a bit. Home plate umpire Gary Hart walks out a ball towards Schooley to give Taylor an extra moment. Now we're ready with a 1-2 pitch for Wade. The pitch, that's low, 2-2. Two-two pitch coming to Wade. A swing and a miss. He got him. Wade strikes out for the 2nd out. Clarke down to their final out. And it's up to Joey Turpin, who is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He walked his last time up. That time the pitcher was Settles. Now he faces Schooley for the first time tonight. Curveball, strike 1. Caught the upper part of the zone. Didn't have much of a hump to it, but Schooley got the call from Gary Hart, the home plate umpire. The 0-2 with the bases loaded. Curveball, strike 2. And Clarke is down to their final strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Davis County 12, Clarke 9. Go-ahead run is at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. That's high. Just a fastball, it'll appear, to get his eye level up. Maybe another curveball here from Schooley. We will see. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball, a pop-up to short. Scott puts it away, and that is a Mustang winner. They made it interesting, probably more interesting than it should have been, but Davis County gets the win in the end as they take this one by the final score of 12-9, and they take the season series against Clarke 2-1. We will take a break and catch our breath and then tell you all about this one as Davis County takes down Clarke 12-9. Good ball game here tonight. Plenty of offense if you're interested in that. We'll tell you all about it after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
(12-9) is our final, as Davis County was able to hang on and beat Clarke. Clarke ended up stranding the bases loaded with the the tying runs on base and the go-ahead run at the plate, but Peyton Schooley was able to get a strikeout and a pop-out to get out of that jam. And Davis County up at one point led 8-1. Clarke was able to fight back, give the Indians credit, but Davis County was able to hold them off thanks to the efforts of one part of Houston Schooley. 4 for 4 was Houston Schooley. The junior had a double, 2 RBI, and 3 runs scored. Actually, 2 runs scored in this game and 4 RBI for Houston Schooley. Yeah, I had that right. Okay, I was just making sure I had that right on the graphic that we have in front of you. So let's go through this ball game as starting pitchers. The starting pitcher for Clarke did not last long. Seth Oswald although he made for it at the plate, only went 1 1/3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 4 hits. Clarke took a 1-0 lead after the first 2 batters reached via error. A sacrifice fly by Gage Gaskill was able to bring in Brock Watson to make it 1-0. Davis County responded right back in the bottom of the first after Peyton Schooley walked and Brett Prevost walked. A pass ball allowed the runners to advance to second and third, and then Houston Schooley hit a 2-run single to give Davis County a 2-1 lead. After Clarke went down 1-2-3, Davis County went back to work in the second, and they scored 6 runs, sending 10 men to the plate. The big blows were a 2-run single by Josh Settles, a 2-run single by Dexter Scott, and a 2-run double by Houston Schooley. So that 6-run inning made it 8-1 Davis County. Clarke responded right back in the top of the third with 3 runs, the highlight of which was a 2-run triple by Seth Oswald, one of 2 triples that he had in this ball game. That made our score 8-4. Davis County had 2 runs that they scored in the bottom of the third inning as Brett Prevost hit a 2-run double, a 2-out 2-run double to make it 10-4. It stayed that way until the top of the 5th, and Brock Watson led off the inning with a home run to left. He was the 7th player in history to hit a home run here at the Mustang Sports Complex. 2 more runs scored due to Mustang errors, and as you can see, Davis County had 6 errors in this ball game, but still ended up winning. And at the end of 4.5 and going to the bottom of the 5th, Davis County had a 10-7 lead. Davis County added 2 very important insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks again to Houston Schooley, who got aboard with a single. Dexter Scott singled. Duke Scott was hit by a pitch to load the bases, and then Quinn McCoy hit an infield single to drive in a run, and then a throwing error brought in another run, which allowed Davis County to build at a 12-7 lead. Clarke would not go down quietly in the top of the 7th. Seth Oswald led off the inning with a triple. He scored on a wild pitch. Eli Fry walked. That did it for Josh Settles, who came into the game in relief of Noah Sizemore, who started. And then Peyton Schooley came in, and after striking out the first batter, he walked the next one and then allowed a RBI single to Bryce Geiza, another walk to Ethan Danley to load the bases, and then a strikeout of Casey Wade, a strikeout of Joey Turbin ended the ball game as Davis County was victorious 12-9. With the win, Davis County improves to 9-10 overall, 6-7 in the South Central Conference. They have snapped their 2-game losing streak. Clarke is now 5-16 and now 3-11 in the South Central Conference. So final numbers of this game for Davis County, 12 runs on 10 hits, 6 errors, and 6 men left on base. Clarke, 9 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left on. Winning pitcher is Peyton Schooley. He is now 3-0 on the season. Losing pitcher is Seth Oswald, and he drops to 0-5. Time of the game, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, and we will have a doubleheader. It will be senior night for the Mustangs here in Bloomfield, as Davis County will welcome in the Albia Blue Demons for a doubleheader. That will wrap up their season series. We look forward to having you join us then. Until then, please stay cool out there. Have a great weekend. We will see you again on Monday with the first game starting at 5 versus Albia. Once again, our final score from here in Davis County, they defeat Clarke 12-9. And for Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith back at our studios in Ottumwa, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long from Bloomfield. This has been Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.